I don't know about you, but I film a lot of video with my smartphone these days. This channel even started with a smartphone 6 years ago, so that's how long I've believed in the power of smartphone video. Now, no matter what kind of smartphone you're using, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, there are 5 very easy ways to get beyond simply filming handheld with your phone to increase the video quality. And in this video, I want to share those tips with you. The first tip is to shoot in a high resolution and frame rate. So go into your camera app, make sure you're shooting in at least HD or 1080p, but potentially even 4K. 4K is going to give you the maximum resolution on your phone. Also check your frame rate. Shooting in 24 frames per second or 30 frames per second is totally fine. You can also shoot in 60 frames per second, but if you do this, it will take up a lot more storage in your phone. So I don't really shoot with 60, I actually keep it to 30 frames per second, and I'm pretty happy with my video quality. Tip number 2 is to replace the microphone on your phone. So right now we're using the built-in microphones on the iPhone 15 Pro. I'm sure they sound okay, but I do have a waterfall behind me. And so I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the directional microphone that I have on top. This is the Rode Video Micro 2. So now that the microphone has been plugged in, this is what it sounds like recording directly to this microphone. I've heard the audio samples and I hear a pretty big difference if I do this. So replacing the microphone to increase the sound quality is a very easy way to up the video quality of your smartphone. You can also opt for a wireless microphone. This is the DJI Mic 2. You can connect this wirelessly to your phone via Bluetooth, or you can record internally. So right now I am recording internally to the DJI Mic 2. It's going to take a little bit of time in post-production to sync the audio with the video. I have another video about how to do that for free. Check it out in the description below. But the benefit to using a wireless mic like this is that I can get further away from the camera. I don't have to be directly in front of the camera like I do if I'm using the internal microphones or using the directional microphone. I can get a little bit further away, and you should still be able to hear me pretty well. My next tip is to use an external light. Now, in general, you want to be mindful of the lighting conditions wherever you're filming. Like, don't film with the camera facing the sun, and don't film in a super dark or shadowy place if you can help it. But sometimes you can't help it. Or sometimes you could use a little pop of light to increase your image quality. So let me show you. This is what it's like without the light. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. There's different brightness levels as well, so I can bump the brightness up, but you can see that that's making quite a big difference, or, a decent difference, I would say, in our image quality there, just by adding that little fill light. Now, obviously, this would make a really huge difference if I was shooting in the dark or in super low lighting, so this is one way to increase the video quality in those kind of situations. But even when you are shooting somewhere that is fairly bright, a little pop of light, fill light, can help increase your video quality. Tip number 4 is to shoot in a log color profile. So I know for sure that this is available for iPhone, not sure about Android, but I think you can if you use a third-party app like Open Camera or Filmic Pro. But essentially, a log profile is a flat color profile. So it does require editing or color grading, but it gives you more control over the shadows and highlights, so the brightness of your image. It also reduces the overall sharpness, and it gives you more control over the exact colors that you're going to get in your video. So again, it requires a little bit of extra legwork and editing, but it is the best way to get the best looking image quality out of your smartphone. Another issue with shooting log footage is that it takes up a lot of space on your phone. So I have like the smallest iPhone, the 128 gig version, not a lot of storage. So I cannot even shoot 4K log or 60 frames per second log on this phone. I'm limited to 1080p, which is what I'm shooting on right now. But if I wanted to shoot in log for longer at this resolution, or shoot in a higher resolution in general with log, I would have to add my own external storage, such as this Samsung T5 SSD hard drive, or I can also use a card reader and insert a memory card into that to give me a little bit more filming space on my phone. So at this point, I've thrown a lot of little pieces of gear at you, including the external light, the microphone, the hard drive. These are all small things that are not easy to attach to your phone as is. So my fifth tip is to bring everything together by using something like a smartphone cage or a phone mount. And I have two products from Rode in particular to share with you that help you achieve those goals. You can, of course, use other options. There are third-party ones available, but these Rode ones, to me, they have some unique features that are worth calling out. So first of all, we're going to start with this phone cage. This is a Rode phone cage. It is MagSafe, so intended for iPhone, but you can use it with an Android or a non-MagSafe phone if you just add the little adapter to the phone or use a MagSafe phone case. But the great thing about using a cage like this, there are a couple of things. Number one, it gives you some stability so you can hold on very firmly to the sides of the rig or even the top. You can even add a top handle if you want. And there are all of these holes all around it. These are 1/4-20 holes. For the most part, there might be some slightly bigger holes than that, but these allow you to add accessories. There's also cold shoe mounts. So all those accessories that I just named, you can mount them pretty much anywhere around the perimeter of this cage. And it makes for a really stable, solid rig. It's also made out of all metal. And this little MagSafe attachment point has these little notches for inserting other accessories, which I'm going to highlight in the next Rode product. So if the phone cage seems a little bit too robust for you, that's totally understandable. It is meant to be a more professional looking rig. You can also go for a simple phone mount. So Rode just released this MagSafe phone mount. You attach the phone via MagSafe, but it has these little notches all throughout. And so doing that, you can attach a little cold shoe pieces, and you can attach them in one of 4 different positions on that little MagSafe mount. And these cold shoes help you attach things like microphones, lights, your external hard drive. All those accessories I just mentioned can be attached via the cold shoe mounts. The other thing I really like about this MagSafe phone mount is that you can pull it apart. It breaks down really compact, and that sets it apart from other MagSafe mounts that I've seen out there, which for the most part can't be pulled apart, so they're a little bit harder to transport. I like that this Rode mount can break down into smaller pieces. So those are the 2 new products from Rode that help you build up your smartphone filmmaking rig. They're not super groundbreaking in any way, but I do think that they have features that set them apart from their competitors. But anyway, I'd recommend getting some kind of mount or cage for your phone to attach those accessories. So those are my 5 tips for increasing the video quality on your smartphone, no matter what kind of smartphone you're using. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any other tips that you would add, what tips that you found the most helpful, and any other accessories for smartphone filmmaking that you have found to really help. I am working on my ultimate guide for smartphone photo and video accessory guide. It may not be called exactly that, but that's the gist of it. And that will be coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.